who's been very patient.
To be honest, my impression of GPs, not all, certainly one in particular, which I won't name because I think that's quite unprofessional to do it, but their opinion of speaking up when things are wrong within their surgery is basically to strike the office patient and put up and shut up. What I'd like to see is change within NHS England, because to be fair to CCG, I've had a better response from these guys this past week than what I've had from NHS England in over 2 weeks. So what are you guys going to do to improve that service so patients have got a voice, service users can speak up when something's wrong, and are not scared to do so without the fear of being striked off?
There shouldn't be that fear. Everybody should be able to voice their opinion. As long as they ensure that they do it in a way that is exactly what our council said at the top of this meeting, in view about everybody respecting each other. Our GP practices have a tough job. They are struggling out there. So, but that shouldn't stop them receiving feedback. I'm sorry if it has taken 2 weeks for your complaint or concerns to get to us. Patients are asked to go to a central complaints line, and then it gets fed down to the local team. So, you know, if you want to, after the end of the meeting, give me your name and details if you're happy for that, then I will track back to see why it's taken such a long time.
This was the whole reason I came to this meeting today. I'm probably one of the youngest members sitting here, but you know what, I've got a big voice, and as I said to CCG, I'll use it to the max capabilities I possibly can. My surgery, basically I was struck off for going there 8 weeks ago for asking for smear tests. Now bearing in mind I've got a history of that within my family, that's what I asked for. I didn't get that. Now only on Friday, due to being proactive myself, I managed to obtain my results myself, which was actually abnormal. The practice manager of the GP I'm under, her opinion was I've wasted far too much time of surgery time. Now 26 to be told that I've got abnormal smear results, with not even being able to have my partner in a room, I had to have a police officer whilst that information was given to me. And that, from a high level, absolutely stinks. From any NHS professional that can go into that behaviour from a GP is shocking within itself. And I just hope and pray that someone has got as much strength as I have to come here today. It might be an embarrassing problem, but I'm not scared to speak up. And I put it to anyone on the floor that has had the same issues with the GP, so Medical Centre, to voice it. Because I know I'm not the only one that's suffering with them at the minute.
Good work.
This isn't the forum, I think, to get into individual situations. As I said, I'm more than happy to stay back afterwards if you want to have a chat, and I want to find out.
I felt in safer care and hands with those guys than what I've done in 2 years at Side Medical Centre. That clearly shows an issue. And what Side Medical says, we've got 6,000 patients. Yes, we know they've got 6,000 patients, but that's also 6,000 patients of public funding money that those guys get to treat those 6,000 patients. If they can't handle it, speak up to the Primary Care Trust, CCG, you guys, and actually more GPs. And yes, we know training is long-winded, but surely the way they deal with patients from the initial point you pick up that phone needs to be changed. Receptionists put the phones down and they're incredibly rude.
And I think this is what Alison was saying. It is about the whole package, not just GPs, etc. So I will stay behind afterwards and get your name and details so we can track why it took so long for NHS England to respond. But I'd like to thank you for coming. And if you have a voice, I've been working with GP practices for quite a while, and I know one of the areas that we look at is screening for cervical smears and screening for disease and illness that affect that area. It's not an easy thing to talk about, and it's quite a low uptake in some of the thorough areas, and a voice like yours would be great to try and encourage other people to have it done.
Even when you can't get one from your GP, 8 weeks is a long time, especially when it comes to cervical cancer. That's crucial time as far as I'm concerned. But even if you go to outreach patients, Grace Walking Centre, all the other organisations within the local area, not one person can do it as an emergency. Why is that facility not in place? That should have been there months, years ago, in fact, to potentially save lives. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And that's something I would really like to see change.
Lovely. And
I totally agree with you. And the next session, and anybody that's got their hand up, and the lady at the back, I have got you, but anybody that's had your hand up, I've got you on my list, okay? We'll take the questions that are already that I've got, because I've still got back 5 people that have had their hands up, that I've acknowledged that they've had their hands up. But we will talk about the problems and the vision and how you can get involved, so you make sure that young people like yourself or older people do have access to smears, because I think that you are bang on right. Okay? And I back you for saying that and taking and having the guts to come here and say that in a room full of strangers. You know, I take my hat off to you.